Weekend was good. I mean, 36 hours and 3 days in a car. That was
There
kind of,
you go.
I managed to keep my food pretty good
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Um, got to the hotel, went to sleep, like no late night snacking or whatever. But um, I'm down to 193 today, actually. So that's pretty good. Just kind of, and even my wife's like, you look thinner, like more, less bloated. So yeah, just
Yeah.
keeping it going, keeping the workouts going, eating a little bit better, not great, but better. I think the best I've eaten in years, to be honest with you. So not
Okay.
too bad. I like the new workouts too.
Yeah, you saw those the Monday and the Tuesday or the Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I did Wednesday today. I did the deadlifts and the deadlifts I've been doing. What's the other one? The squat,
Yeah, you got the squat,
leg extension,
Romanian.
curls,
Yeah.
leg curls, and then wrapping it up with the treadmill and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's good. Now I think with the treadmill I'm at like 90 minutes almost.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, not bad.
5 days a week or like four?
Four right now, but on the fifth day I try to maybe play pickleball or do something else.
You dropped body fat, no? That's what I remember.
Yeah, like 3% or something.
Nice. Okay, so you dropped 3%.
That's BMI, right?
No, that's better than BMI. Because BMI can fluctuate. So BMI is kind of like because you could be a high BMI and be considered obese if you have a lot of muscle,
Yeah.
but it's muscle, you know? Um, so your body fat, that's more like the fat that's like surrounding your midsection.
Oh, that's the
The
one where you want to be like around 13, 14, 12.
Yeah, so if you get that down to like 13, I mean, you'll have like six pack abs at that point. Like you'll look good. So at 20, so you went from 23 to 20, so that's pretty solid.
So we got
You
to get
lost
to like 15 in the next 3 months or whatever.
because you were 200.
200 pounds, yeah.
Nice, man. Okay, let me update this too. So you're 193 now, and then 20% body fat. Yeah, so basically, if you get that body fat down, what you'll see is like you'll see more ab definition. You'll see a lot of that come through. And then these workouts that I gave you, they're a little bit more little bodybuildish, right? They're a little bit more machine and kind of like aesthetic focused. They're pretty good,
Yeah,
especially if you do the because the other one was more athletic, right? Is more like explosive kind of stuff. Not
yeah.
bad either, but this will kind of like make you grow some more muscles, focus on that kind of stuff. Said you've been feeling good with the tracking.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good.
Overall, I stopped eating anything after like 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
But I'm not fully fasting. But 6:30 to like 6:30, one thing I realized is you're really good. I actually watched this on social media the other day, and they're really right. You're really
Mm,
good all day until like the evening, and then you just kind of fall apart. You're like,
mm.
oh, I'll take this, I'll do that, but then I stopped doing that. So then anything after 6:30, I know water. That's it, just water.
Nice.
So, um, and I've been doing that for about a week now, maybe 6 days. It's good. It's good not to eat at night because you're adding a couple hundred calories for nothing. You know.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah,
So
that's a good tip. I mean, so no more eating after 6:30.
yeah, 6:30 done.
Oh, the tracking, right? How you been feeling with that?
Good. I'm trying to figure out more foods to eat with protein, so I looked that up. I know
Okay.
you sent me some stuff, so I'm gonna buy some tuna. That's good. Whitefish and egg whites. Started eating some egg whites, which
Mm,
are pretty boring, like
yeah.
basic thing. Um, just trying to beef up the protein to get that number up, and I'll have bread here and there, but nothing like I used to. I'm definitely not eating like I used to. That's for sure.
Good,
Like
man.
not even close.
Good, good, good. So do you feel like how much of a hassle or how much of a learning curve did you feel like it was to do the tracking?
took a couple months to like really do it every day, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, I was doing it every day, but doing it fully, like I'm still now it was at like 65%, then 75, then 85, maybe I'm closer to 85, 90. You get to
Mhm.
track everything that goes into my body, including water, which I haven't been tracking, but I just drink. I need to. Um, no alcoholic beverages, no sugary beverages, stuff like that. So, I'll have a Diet Coke every once in a while or a
Yeah, that's fine.
whatever, but overall pretty good. It's good training before Europe. 'Cause, in Europe, rules will be bent a little bit.
No,
That's
yeah, of course.
it's like um, and just keep it going. But I love going to the gym now. That's for sure. Like I just like going. It's fun to just
Good,
go
man.
out and get listen to some podcast music and just get to work. So
Because a lot of it has to do with the progress, right? It's like the more progress you
yeah,
see, the more motivation.
motivation. Yeah, I was thinking that today.
Sometimes, I mean, our midsection is always going to be like our biggest part,
It's tough. Yeah,
where we hold fat. Like that's like the last place to go. If you do make it, if you really want to make it to that 12%, um, yeah, it's definitely possible, but that's like the last place, right, where we can
yeah.
really get rid of that. That's like the finer details. I mean, from what I'm seeing is you're doing solid work. Um, what I would ask you is like, what part of this do you feel like is inconvenient for you of any of the programs?
Not the program in particular. I mean, the program's enabled me to slow down in life and prepare food and weigh it
Nice.
out and do stuff like that. Where before you just kind of gauge it out of the thing, out of the fridge, and you overeat. My biggest problem was overconsumption. Uh, uh, Out of everything I did, well, minus not working out, but the biggest thing was just over portioning. So, if you're putting 3,000 calories in your body without even knowing, and then
Mhm.
if you go out and have a huge meal, then it's 4,000 calories a day. Of course, you're just gonna feel like crap. I just feel way better overall. Like I feel more energy, more all that. I still drink coffee. I love coffee, but uh,
Yeah.
I was telling a friend about you, and he's like, it sounds good, but even then, he's like, I don't think I could do it because I need somebody there in the gym with me and staying on top of me. And I was like, it's actually better than you think. Like if I can do it, I think you can. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And that's what I'm trying to a lot of people, right? Like it's like I get the notion, right, of in-person trainer, but what's kind of like the problem that I had with a lot of these guys that were in person is like a lot of them wouldn't get results because the entire selling of like in person was like, you think you're getting more value because they're in person, but if you don't get the results, well, it's like, what's the point of that? It's like, I'd rather get you the results, what you wanted in the first place, um, instead of, having to hold someone's hand there. So now it's like, you can go whatever time that you want. You don't miss any sessions, but I can get you a better result by, doing
Yeah.
your nutrition, doing your workouts and stuff. I'm going to tell you. So I got a couple things in the works right now too. I'm going to be bringing in a lot more people. I want to start giving you guys a lot more to work with. What I mean by that is like I'm going to start adding some like bonuses. So all of the stuff that I'm going to add into my new program, I'm going to give it to you. Something about, making like grocery lists, kind of like that PDF that I gave you too. Like those are like sample meals that you can use. Um, and then just like habit tracking too. I'm going to start adding that in there. I think the good thing about yours is that like you got it down with the food tracking. Like that's like a hard part for people because they don't want to do it. They just kind of it's like a resistance at first. But once
Yeah.
you get the hang of it, all of a sudden you're making good progress. So I'm gonna send you some good stuff with like either with some good stuff with like nutrition, some workouts too, just about like form, that kind of stuff. Um, because once I bring more people in, I'm probably going to raise my prices. I love to get them in here. And of course, um, the more people you can bring my way, I'll find another way to, hook you up with the
For sure.
programming too.
Yeah. And I think I told him I didn't tell him how much I'm paying, but I said
Mhm.
if you went to a trainer 4 days a week,
Yeah.
you're looking at like $300 per week minimum to 400.
And it's like, do you want the results or do you want someone to hold your hand? You know what I mean? It's like two different things.
I think it's a good concept for sure. That
Mhm.
you he kind of compared it to like the apps. I'm like, dude, I bought the app once. I had it for 60 days. I didn't go one time, and I just deleted it or canceled it. It's
Yeah.
different when you talk to a real person every other week or every week, whatever the schedule is, and go over the progress because you kind of, I kind of feel like I don't want to let you down because
Yeah.
that's kind of a thing. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to let the person that's trying to help you down because even though you're getting paid for it, it doesn't matter. It's still like, all right, I gotta go. Sometimes I don't feel like it. I'm like, I better go, and I just go. And then once you
Nice.
start, great.
Every time we're meeting every week, and it's like you have to, you have to answer for it, right? Like, okay, how did it go? And it's almost like, and it works for anything, right? Like it could be business, right? If you get like a
Yeah,
business for real estate,
like a
huh?
it's like an update meeting. You're just updating. Yeah,
Yes. And then you got the data too, right? Because then you can see, and I'm always going to work with you too, and be like, okay, because let's say for example, if the tracking didn't work for you, then I'd find another way to make it work for you, and then just continue to get you those results. But all right, Sarl, I
that's
appreciate you,
cool.
man. I want to give you your time back.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this lady, see what she wants.
Okay, brother. Good job,
Okay,
man. All right.
talk to you soon. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.